Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscription. Thank you for all of your support of my channel. I just have to let you know, as always, it really does mean so much that so many of you support my work, that so many of you think so highly of me, and I continue to try to be of service to all of you. So I just want to say that heartfelt thank you. If you want to book a personal tarot reading, you can do so on the website address below. Tribal Tuesday is the next one for September, is coming up. If you want to be a part of that, hit the link in the description box below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what is going on in the world for the realm of the Taurus sphere. All right, let's have a look. See, this week your destiny card is, oh, so you've got two destiny cards, and it's obviously because the Empress wanted to make herself known. So the Judgment card is the blast from the past, right? But it always precedes massive change. And the reason it precedes massive change is because it takes something from your past or something that has been in your life, and it brings it to a final culmination so that it can be moved on, moved beyond, or transformed. Now, the fact that you've pulled the Empress as well, that is your card. She represents Venus, your ruler. She is all things beautiful and all things bountiful. She is where things, the power of growth, the power of sustenance, right? She is the physical embodiment of nourishment and all kinds of feminine energy. Now, this is interesting because you've got Pluto here, and you've got Venus here in this card. And when you look at what's happening in the astrology, I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal because you've got Venus, I got tingles as I'm talking about this. You've got Venus, which is opposing Pluto currently. So what does that mean? What does that actually look like for us? Well, what it looks like in terms of its application is, how does your need to transform something in the depths of who you are play out in the real world? And more importantly, when it when it bubbles up out of you, out of that part of the subconscious, so to speak, the Plutonian aspect, how does that meet the nurturing and the nourishment or the beauty in the world? How does it take shape in the world? You might very well have noticed that in your life, now for all of us after the lunar eclipse, things are starting to change. You're starting to be a lot more clear, a lot more defined on where it is that you're going. There's a real sense, and it might be really uncomfortable because some of this will come with looking at places, people, modes of thought, modes of feeling, especially your feelings. You're looking at them and you're saying, wow, shit, you know what, that's not really me anymore. I don't resonate with that. And sometimes that's a really scary place to be in because, when you rely on something so much, or when you do something so often, to step out of it, you feel like you're stepping out of rhythm or out of sync with your life. When what's truly happening is you're stepping into the next evolution of the synchronicity of your life. So you'll start to draw to you and attract to you this week all of those beautiful experiences, all of those synchronistic happenings, and some of it will be challenging. The reason it's challenging is because you've got the Judgment card there. This is about culminating something. So this week, if you find yourself being met with specific types of experiences that trigger you, that make you a little bit withdrawn or a bit sort of in your feels, observe that. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. You've got the magic of the Empress there saying, okay, I'm going to smooth the edges of all of that jangly stuff that Pluto's putting you through. And I'm going to do that for you so that you can realize where you're ready to move forward, where you're ready to go beyond what it is that you're experiencing now and what you have experienced previously. So let's have a look, see at the direction. What's the context? What does this relate to? Ooh, I'm really intrigued. I'm like, ooh. Okay, so it relates to the Ten of Wands, where it is that you have felt a burden, where it is that you have felt that you need some kind of liberation or release in your life. And I can't give you an example because it's going to be different for every single one of you. You will know this when I say that word, a burden, something that has felt heavy, something that feels like it has held you back, or held you down is ready for transformation, and you are ready to be free of that burden. You are ready. I mean, the 10 of Wands for me, especially in the Rider-Waite deck, is always a card of being ready to move on, to let something go. It's kind of like saying, you know what, that's too heavy, I'm putting it down, right? Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's have a look at the insight card. What is your peek behind the scenes saying? I don't know if you can hear that. Today it's like we've had brilliant weather, and now it's like pissing down with rain, which is why the light is so dark today. So my apologies. So you've got the Six of Cups, right? This is beautiful. A really, really interesting set of cards as well, because it suggests that while you are going through these changes, while you are having these moments of, okay, shit, if I'm not that person and I don't feel and think that way anymore, who am I? You're releasing the burdens. And from that depth of self in your own personal past, Six of Cups, you're going to find an aspect of yourself, or even an old hope or an old wish, an old dream, something that you used to want to do that kind of got squished down by life, responsibilities, burdens. Well, now that all of that stuff's being released, this week with the Six of Cups, you've got that bubbling up from within you to say, right, okay, yeah, I remember wanting to do that. I remember needing to do that. For some of you in relationships, you could be going back to the honeymoon stage, which is beautiful, right? For others of you, you could be, I don't know, remembering a skill or a talent or something that you used to like doing. And it's now like, you know what? Yeah, I remember that. I want to pick that back up. I want to bring it back into my life. It's going to be a brilliant week for you guys. Like I said, it will have its moments, but stick with it, because in the lesson is where you find your blessing, right? So I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.